we're losing the great majority of our kids by the age of 20.
We are, and there's so many factors that go into that. The biblical illiteracy of the church, pastors coming out of seminaries who either aren't teaching the inerrancy of Scripture or aren't teaching the young earth, in creationism as it is in the Bible. There's so many issues here, Russ. Explain how what you and I both acknowledge a lot of pastors don't even believe that old earth, if you believe the earth was millions or billions of years old, that places death before Adam. Why is that a problem biblically?
Well, that's a huge problem. In fact, cost. God gave me this acronym, COS and the cross, cost. And what I show people, and actually, David, it's so important, and I start to realize very, very few Christians, even pastors, understand this, is almost every message I give, I start out with these biblical foundations. I ask people, have you ever heard the question, how could there be a loving God in a world full of death?
Yeah.
Well, most people can't really answer that biblically. So here's the biblical answer. The answer is the cost, COS and the cross. God didn't give us the world the way it is today, full of death and suffering. He gave us a perfect creation. What happened to it? Well, Adam's original sin, that's the O, original sin, brought on the curse that allowed death to enter. And then the S is that original sin, and that's the biblical answer to how can there be a loving God in a world full of death, by the way. But the answer should go further. That original sin, and this is the S, separated us from God, requiring the cross, our redemption with him. COS and the cross, the cost.